It's time for Summer 2025 West Forsyth High School Cross Country Update. Coach G. Hey, everybody. Checking in here on a little recap of our season so far. 3 weeks of training done in June. Number one, it's been really great to get everybody back together. Especially great to have our new runners out, get an opportunity to meet them, get to know them a little bit. More importantly, for them to get to know their teammates, learn a little bit about how we do things, kind of teach them some of the fundamental things that they're going to need to know for the whole rest of the cross country season. So it's been great to have you all out there. Want to let you know that you are on an epic journey. Okay, it may not feel like that 3 weeks into the cross country season. You're just starting to figure things out. But I promise you, over the next couple of months, you're going to go through so many amazing experiences and have so many fun times and things that you just feel really proud about that it's going to be an epic journey. And the journey has begun. So far, those first 3 weeks of practice in June, together, cumulatively, all our runners, guys and girls, have run 3,800 miles. Little applause here, little applause. But Coach G, 3,800 miles, how far is that? Well, if we could have run each one of those runs for 3 weeks, each athlete, and kind of strung them out end to end to end to end to cover that 3,800 miles, can't do it because there's this big thing called the Atlantic Ocean in the way. We could have collectively run from Atlanta, Georgia, our home, to Oslo, Norway. Scandinavia seems really cool. I've never traveled there. I always wanted to. Oslo, especially, has a really terrific running history. They have a big track meet there every summer. People run super fast in the mile, and they've been doing it for decades and decades and decades. So, hey, that's a huge part of the journey. As a matter of fact, the circumference of the Earth, which we will definitely cumulatively run together all the way around the world. Tell me that's not a journey. That covers 15% of that distance all the way around the world. Look what we can do when we come together. Super proud of that accomplishment so far. So that's great. Keep showing up. For those of you who haven't been coming to practice, it's not too late. You do need to start coming though. Run this week on your GHSA dead week, but when we come back to practice the following week, you need to be there if you're not on vacation. There's only going to be 3 or 4 weeks after that before we're looking at team time trial. Our first races will be coming up, and you'll need that time to get prepared. So if you've been coming, keep coming. If you haven't come yet, not too late. Come up, come get part of this journey and go with us on where we're going to go. The second thing that I wanted to talk about is looking at the kind of statistics. I'm a numbers nerd. I do that stuff. Saturday is the practice that is the least well attended. And let me tell you a couple of reasons why I think that's not a great idea. First of all, Saturday is the day that we choose to go on our longest run of the week. So, for new runners, don't be intimidated. If you've only been running 2 miles at practice, we're not going to say, hey, go run 10 miles. That's goofy and not healthy and nothing we'd ever ask you to do. But we do ask our athletes to have that be the day of the week where they stretch out and run the furthest that they ran of any run during that week. That particular long run does a couple of really important things. It helps you change your biology, like literally. You will have a completely different body on the inside by the time we roll around to October, and I promise. You will have a bigger, stronger heart, which is capable of pumping more oxygenated blood to your working muscles. You will have more capillaries, which are the delivery system out of your lungs to get that oxygen into the blood. You'll have more mitochondria, which are the power packs that turn that oxygenated blood into energy for your working cells. Like literally, you'll be different when all this is over. And the long run is one of the more important runs toward making that biological change. The other thing that the long run does is that it helps work on this really important between your ears, the 6 inches here called your brain. As you start to run longer or harder, your brain starts to send you signals, not because it's trying to be mean or whatever, but its job is to protect you and starts to say, oh boy, this is starting to get pretty hard. Maybe we shouldn't do this. You know when else you get those signals? In a 5K race, which is what we're training for. So those longer runs help you start to, have those debates with your own brain and decide like, shut up brain, I'm just going to keep putting one foot in front of the other because I'm that kind of a person. I'm a resilient person who can do anything that I put my mind to. So Saturday long runs are really important on the psychology part and the biology part. But the other really important reason for Saturday runs are we go to fun and different places to do those Saturday runs. We'll run at places where you have never gotten a chance to run before. And that makes the running part more interesting. I can't tell you the number of cities all around the country and the world that I've run in. And it's been a great way for me to just get a feel for the city and what's going on and things that I might be interested in doing. So, you getting a chance to not run at Fowler Park, and I promise you over 4 years, you're going to run a lot at Fowler Park, and not run from Wfhsxc High School. And I promise you, in 4 years, you're going to run a lot from Wfhsxc High School. Getting to go to these different places makes your sport feel a little bit more like an adventure, and you'll enjoy it more. And then also, typically after Saturday long runs, we encourage as many people who are as possible to go meet us, generally at a Chick-fil-A, to just like hang out, get to know people a little bit better, break bread, and really start to build that community that we want our team to become. So, if you've been skipping Saturday long runs because you're scared about it's going to be too long, I promise you we won't make you do anything crazy. If you've been missing them because you don't have a ride and you can't drive, please don't use that as an excuse. We have parents who are happily willing to drive you. We have other athletes, if your parents trust, seniors and juniors who can do that to drive you to things. There are people who will take you there and back. So don't miss the opportunity to improve yourself and to have a fun experience just because you don't have a ride. Don't be shy. Ask for help. That's really important. So the last thing I want to talk about is we're on GHSA Dead Week, which typically coincides with the 4th of July. And I think that's on purpose. It's a great time for families to be able to plan their vacations to where the people who are really highly committed athletes don't feel guilty, like I'm missing practice. Come on, let's not do vacation now. But more importantly, it centers around 4th of July, Independence Day. I would highly encourage all of you to take time on Independence Day and during this holiday to be really super grateful for the wonderful country that you get to live in. There are lots of different opinions on whether America is truly great or not. I won't get into those kinds of political debates. But what I will tell you is you live in a country which gives you the freedom to choose. You choose your life. If you want to throw your passion into something that is just super important to you, you can go all in, and there's not anybody there to tell you no. You can make decisions on what kind of life you lead, how you want to lead your life, and those freedoms should not be anything that we ever take for granted. So please do yourself the favor of being grateful. Understand how nice it is for us to be able to live in a country that gives us those kind of freedoms. I promise you, there's somebody your age right now in places like North Korea who would trade your life in a second. So enjoy the 4th of July with your family. Hope you do something really fun. Maybe there's a bunch of fireworks at the end, which is an unbelievable way to celebrate. So have a great time. We will see you back at the end of GHSA week, and we'll look forward to having you back. Coach G, and I am out.